Oh, wonderful. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Great. It's going to look really flat.
The epitome of Windsor's sex appeal.
Let's kick it off. What the fuck?
I seen you guys started your thing off with the clap.
No. The clap was to sync up the audio, but we kind of fixed that problem.
Oh, okay.
That's going to stay in the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the fucking pre-clap audio. Okay. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hotline Hangout. My name is Shane, and I'll be your host today, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host.
Hey, it's me. It's Steve.
Shit, that was a failed pass.
I thought you were going to go ahead and
Alrighty.
lead me into it.
Well, I tried, but whatever. And we're joined here by our first guest on the show.
Hi, my name's Taya.
Beautiful.
Thank
A lot
Yeah.
better than my timing.
You only get one first impression.
I know, that was awful. I'm so sorry. I did that to
That's
myself.
okay. We have to be nice to the guests.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, terrible. Anyways.
It'll get better.
So, yeah, how's everybody doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How's everything? How's you, Taya?
I'm doing pretty good. I got back from vacation. I'm a little sunburnt, so
man.
we're doing good.
Is that natural or is that from one of the booths or kiosks?
No, it was just from the the beach.
Oh, well, I guess natural. You can go ahead and do interpretation. Did you, what beach did you go to?
Grand Bend.
Grand Bend, okay.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's not
stayed
too
in
far.
Lambton Shores, yeah. So it's like 15
That's
minutes.
awesome. Yeah, I haven't been to Grand Bend in a long time.
Was it like a little camping trip you had out there, or?
No, I stayed at a bed and breakfast, like a little. So it
How's
had
the breakfast?
breakfast.
What a
Oh,
diva.
it was great. Like they had, right? And they had like a hot tub and a pool in the back. So because I don't like beach water, it's too dirty. So we went in the
What?
pool the whole time, and we just.
You went to
laid
a
out
beach, but swam in a pool?
Yeah, I hate
Alright.
beach water. It's so dirty. Like
each
the
their own.
bacteria and germs, like. It just goes into women, and they don't know about
Fair.
it. Like, you know,
Fair.
Like, you
Well, yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, you got
Things going into people.
Yeah. Speaking about that,
But in that case, it was a parasite, not so much as bacteria.
Yeah, I guess. Well, speaking of things going into people, how about bullets?
And fists.
wow.
Yeah, so first thing we were going to talk about is Windsor shootings and how they seem to predominantly be carried out by teenagers. Where are teenagers getting guns from?
Thoughts, ideas.
Walmart.
Yeah.
What?
In America.
Here?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they would have a tough time actually transitioning between
Because these are like
crossing the
handguns.
border with it. Yeah, like
I just imagine like buying a shotgun and just like carrying it around. Those have happened here too. Maybe Windsor is just crazy.
Can you not buy them at like real Canadian?
Yeah,
Tire?
you can get shotguns at Canadian Tire, but you can't buy handguns.
yeah, those are prohibited. I guess those are like what type of like gun are they, like under like unregistered or something like that?
long
Yeah.
the long guns.
It's like something like that. I don't know, because I remember a colleague of mine was actually doing his hand license and all that as well. It's like an unregistered type of
Oh
weapon,
yeah.
and You have to go
that,
through like a 2-day course and everything with it.
2 days?
2 days plus a follow test with it. I
Even
think
then, like you still can't just go buy one.
it's like
No,
equivalent.
these are coming from the streets. I can tell you.
Oh yeah, no,
but
absolutely.
then again, like who's distributing them? I guess in the city, because the majority of the time too, it's not so much that these are legit bought handguns. Of course, they're going to be hot, they're going to be stolen or whatever. But
a lot of these people are from Toronto too.
no, are they?
Yeah,
that
well,
where
that's
they're saying they're tracked from.
Yeah, that's where they're. Well, that's where the people are from because they.
Yeah.
So the story that I'm reading here, every one of the, not the victims, the person who shot the person, they got caught.
Yeah.
And every one of them was like from Toronto or like not from Windsor. Like they came to Windsor to like specifically do it or something like that, or like there were kids just messing around. But like, why are they all teenagers? Like after you hit 25, do you just like magically like if you don't get into trouble, like people don't want to shoot you anymore? Like what's going on?
Because for the most part about it, like I didn't really think it was. I don't want to say that big of a deal. Like the incidents do happen and it is occurring as well. But I thought like stabbings and everything would be more or less the forte of easy access for a type of weapon and everything too for it. That's, I don't know, but like I thought that was more on a rise in what Windsor's really notorious for versus as like a handgun related incident itself. But
There's been a lot of like shootings the past year, like especially with younger people, because they're not thinking before they do it. They just think they can do it and run away or flee the country when it's not the case, right?
That's so strange.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up in a generation where like people were just like fighting for nothing all the time. a little, like, it was still there, but it wasn't like super common. But yeah, the original story was talking about how this girl was walking home from the fireworks last weekend, and there were just some girls behind her saying they wanted to fight somebody. And then this one girl turned around and looked for her friend. She wasn't there, and then they thought they were looking at her, and then they fought her, which is like really strange because like if somebody looks at you, why are you gonna fight them?
No, that's typical like drama girl high school basic thing. Like, well, if you're just looking to fight, you can fight anybody, and that used to be my mindset, but like not anymore. But
well, not a teenager anymore apparently.
Because I guess like it all started with like I guess them giving each other like a little bit of like a stink eye or whatever. Yeah, and that's kind of how it like escalated to the point of where it got to where she was like tracking her following with a group of her friends as well and saying like, oh, you know, I'm definitely looking for a fight. Like they're getting a little bit rowdier behind her, and then finally she kind of stopped and like went face-to-face confrontation, and I guess that's when she just kind of got jumped by like the three other females. But it's like what Taya was saying. Basically, it's kind of like the mentality of that mindset of a young adolescent teenager, where it's just like you're just so rambunctious, you're full of like hormones and testosterone and estrogen. You're just like, I need to relieve. I don't know how to get it though.
Right, and they're probably thinking like, "What? I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. I'm in high school. I can get suspended for this." Like, no, and so like in the real world, you get arrested and you get put on probation, and it's like it's not just a fight, turn around and fight anybody in the streets kind of thing. It's what these little kids have to think of, you know.
I also too like it didn't really strive me too because these guys are trying to be the next big bad, and they decided to record the whole event and post it on social media
and
as well.
That's what fucks them over.
It's not so much of them being cunning. It's just like, oh, I want some sort of viral popularity that lets my shit just gone viral. I don't know. Like it's ridiculous.
Is that a dad joke? What?
I don't know.
Like, what is I heard dad. Daddy's in the room now.
You should watch your language.
Oh, sorry. Go back.
That's
that's kind of like my take on it. Like the whole process itself, of course, like grow the hell up. Like, where are their parents? That's exactly what I was like saying. Like 15-year-old and you're like walking around, even though it's like a major event. My mother wouldn't even let me out like 10 feet of my yard, let alone watch fireworks with a group of friends of my own. I'm just like,
do you remember when you turned 18?
Yeah.
Like, did you feel different? Like, did you like I remember when I turned 18, I was like, all right, the law is out to get me now. And I was like, I need to watch my step. Like, I was, can't keep messing around. Like,
I was standing naked in front of my mirror, just looking. I was like, nah, still same piece of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Like, it's just like the mindset too. And like, that's one thing of the story that actually really kind of drove me. It was just like, where the hell is all these guys' parents?
Yeah,
like,
where is the parents?
Like, I don't care.
My mom did not raise me like this. I was like, I had to be home by like the lights. When the lights came on in the streets, that's when I had to go back in the house and everything. Like, I was old school too.
My mom bought me a pager, actually. Like, that was like my first, mobile technology. Yeah. And like, nobody ever paged me, but like, I held onto that thing so tight. I was like,
what? It was so cool.
Bunch of like 10-year-old kids. You know how to use a pager, right? You dial the number and then you like press something and it'll buzz a certain way.
Yeah.
It was basically like text messages delivered to your pager before like cell phones had text messages even. Like, I don't know how it worked, but they got me a pager and I was like, wow.
It was like the same concept, I guess. Like literally my first type of technology that I got, I think was about 20. And then I got my first like solo mobile phone with like you put the minutes and everything onto it.
Oh man!
And
little candy bar phone.
Legitimately just only used it for texting. And like I got the phone for free from like one of my sisters. It was just like a hand me down. Like, hey, just so we know where you're at and everything too. When I was going to school and everything. So I was just like, okay, cool. Thought I was like,
those were dangerous. Remember when text message was like 15 cents a try and like you'd have to check your balance and it was like you have like $23.85 left.
It's not even the worst part.
$300 one month.
What? How is it even possible?
That's one thing I've never done is ran up a cell phone bill, even though your parents always.
Oh no, it wasn't a bill. It was prepaid.
Yeah. No,
I kept going and buying phone cards. They're like
you're
stretchy
wild.
tickets.
No.
Yeah.
First of all, where'd you get this money?
Right.
I worked at a home hardware.
Oh, okay. Well,
and that's where I got the phone. I got the phone for free. It's the minutes where they get you.
My first phone was like a little Nokia with the actual letter keyboard on there, and it was like a pay-as-you-go unlimited texting. No, it wasn't a slider. It was a whole actual, almost like a BlackBerry, but it was a Nokia.
Yeah. Well, because like mine was like you tap the button like seven to like whatever 8 times to actually get the lettering that you need.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whenever you had to like type in your email or something.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It took like 10 years.
I'm still texting today.
You get like halfway done and you buy a new phone. I remember I bought my first BlackBerry That was like the big phone at the time. I got a BlackBerry Pearl, and it was like brand new, and it wasn't the little scrolly wheel. It was like the updated ones with like the click wheel that was like nice now, because those scrolly wheels broke all the time.
Yeah, because like they always get like unhinged or whatever.
Yeah, something's wrong with them.
It reminded me of those computers from the 90s when they had that little the balls.
Yeah,
the
ThinkPads, IBM ThinkPads.
You normally get like something in like hair or something in the actual track.
Terrible. And then I remember the first day I got it, I was like so pleased, and then one of my friends was like, "Can I see it?" And then I went to go hand it to them, and it dropped it.
Did it break?
No, I didn't have it for more than 10 minutes, so it was all scuffed up.
Jesus. Oh, well,
okay, do you know what that reminded me of? You know that video of that kid opening the first iPhone ever sold, and it just drops flat on the face?
But that happens like too often too. Right. Like, I don't know if that's just now just like a publicity type situation where it's like, oh, I got the first phone, drop.
That would be hilarious.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It seems like that happens like way too often than it should now, from just like this kid that's like freaking out and shaking while opening and unboxing. Yeah,
nothing is exciting anymore. They need to like announce like something new and exciting. So nobody's going to line up for cell phones anymore.
Well, they had the little fold screen from Samsung. Apparently now Best Buy.
Snapped in half.
Yeah, it just like because like it keeps getting like crap and debris underneath the screen now. Yeah. It's like causing it to freak out.
What some people were doing was they thought that the cover on it was a screen protector.
Oh, and they were like ripping it off.
And so they were trying to peel it off, but like that was actually like the touch something
the actual
or whatever.
Like the touch layer itself, like the cover protector.
Oh man, and they were like ripping it off, and then the phone just stops working because like that.
Like it was so funny too, just because like it was a majority of like the actual tech gurus and the people giving like the commentation and everything. They were like the first one to like the breed of people to like break all these phones, and they're like, well, that sucks, especially too when they put in like the actual forming putty to kind of like to make a little stand, like a makeshift stand for it. And then they were like just jubbing like jelly or whatever that paste or whatever the Play-Doh they use, and it would legitimately just kind of, I don't know, go in the screen. It would like lift the screen. It would just like break everything after.
Oh yeah.
But I was actually just reading an interesting topic about that, where Best Buy is actually doing refunds for all of those screens now. I think they're not going to be distributing the actual fold screens now.
Oh really?
I think they already took. Yeah,
that's good.
Well, no, like they haven't been officially released as of yet, but they already like removed them from all the stores basically. They're like, here are full refunds because like we heard this product's like garbage at this point.
It's too good to be true. As soon as I seen it, I was like, this isn't real. This isn't happening yet. People are too immature.
Like the fold phones? Oh, no, the Samsung one's like legit out. It's actually pretty cool, but like...
Is it actually out now? I thought it was
Oh, yeah, it's out. Okay. No, yeah. But like, at least for me, like I don't find the point to it. Like I don't need that much power in my pocket. Plus it's kind of weird. Like it folds in half and then like, it's got like a little tiny screen on the front, and then like when you open it, it's like a bigger screen.
It's an interesting and a neat concept of an idea, but
I don't think we're there yet.
They've been working on that idea for the last, I guess, like 6 years. I remember they had a little tech demo in Toronto, like the Eden Center or something like that.
Speaking about phones dropping, guys.
Oh boy.
There goes my screen.
That's amazing. Is it broken?
No, it's pretty good. We got a good protector on there.
Oh boy.
God. Well, but like in the Eden Center where they had the actual big tech demo, they had kind of like the foldable like TV screens and everything for Samsung. They were just kind of like flexing this little like plexiglass. I was like, ooh, it's still displaying picture and everything. Nah, you're great. But so
the flexible display.
Yeah. So that's
those are neat.
Like,
I see. What's the point though? Like I get it. It's like less breakable and whatever, and like it's cool and we can do it. But like not everything that we can do, we should do.
Well, it's just the next innovative idea, basically, to kind of
it's cool.
So
it'd be cool to have like a watch or something like that. Like, I want contact lenses.
Well, you got to keep in mind too. It's just like a series of like
with AI
distribution of what they want to try and do with it. It's just basically coming down to how I can better this product and what else can I actually use it into. Like that's kind of where the concept's coming from.
I want like sunglasses with like screens.
Yeah, like that's what they tried with. That's what they tried with the Google Glass basically. But it was a failed idea. It didn't really do well.
It was cool.
It was a great concept. Yeah.
Yeah, like they overlaid like weather and YouTube. You can watch videos on there. It was neat.
Well, yeah, it definitely was an interesting concept, but it's it's a thing to be made more interesting, and hopefully they can use that technology later for something else.
Yeah,
that's kind of where it comes from. But yeah, so I guess keep getting a little sidetracked from this girl getting beat up.
Wow, yeah, how the hell did we get there?
I feel bad though for some.
I'm gonna have to like listen. I'm like, I really don't understand how we got that far.
We went wrong.
We're talking about phones. Oh yeah, phones.
But sorry to cut you off, Taya. What were we saying?
No, it's okay. It's like I feel bad for the people actually getting jumped. Like they're just being attacked for no reason, and it's like. It's just a bad timing for that girl.
To be fair though, not that anybody should get jumped anyways, but like, like I get that people do things or whatever, but like this story really makes this girl seem like really innocent and like hopefully she was.
Well, yeah,
but like nobody knows what really happened, right? Like, you know, maybe she was like flipping him off or something. Like, you know, maybe she did do something stupid. Not that they should have fought her anyways, but you know.
Well, because it's still being kind of like the evidence is still being collected, everything too. That's why it's so vague in the actual article itself. It's talking about. There's someone there to have to play devil's advocate to say what might have she done, because at the end of the day, guarantee she's no angel herself. She was probably, you know, cussing, swearing or something they kind of all left out to kind of make it look better on her side.
Also, the whole interview is like from her mom, and like the
her
mom
mom's
was
perspective,
like,
of course she's not going to like
my child is perfect.
Exactly, she's not going to go like crap on her own daughter and sell her under the bridge already.
I told Nicole today, I said if we ever have kids, they're not going to know what the inside of a grocery store looks like until they're like 16. I'm not taking them, right? Like, why would you take your kids to like the grocery store? We went to Costco today, and there was like kids everywhere crying, screaming. There were parents running around yelling at kids, and I'm like, why did they bring them here?
They don't have sitters.
Yeah, I know, but I just like they don't need to go then. Like, there's two parents, right? Generally, and you know, just one of you go. It's not a group event. Like, make a list and, you know, send the other one out to go get it. Leave the kids at home.
Yeah. I mean,
strap them down.
They don't know what they want. They pick out the things while they're shopping.
Yeah, well, you know what? Don't bring your kids to Costco.
True, yeah.
Figure it out. They have a website now, right? You can get all the food delivered to your house. You don't even have to go to Costco.
Oh, that's right. They have the delivery services and everything.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Bringing kids to like the 9th pit of hell, which is Costco. Like, why? We went to Costco and it was just absolutely terrible. I wanted a hot dog.
Did they still sell them for like the $150 there?
Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
It was delicious. Anyways,
I might go get a hot dog. I might go get a hot dog.
Hopefully not.
Oh, those Canadian Tire hot dogs.
Maybe half the bun this time.
Just half.
They're so good. The Polish sausages at Costco.
Yeah, no. The cart out front is just amazing. No, have you ever been to Canadian Tire's hot dogs out front? The one on...
they're
is it like street meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cart. They push and they just sell hot dogs and pop, and it's amazing too.
Yeah. Speaking of street meat, did you guys hear about the meteorologist who refused...
impeccable transition, impeccable.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about that. Have you guys heard about the meteorologist who wouldn't apologize for like issuing a tornado warning?
But is it really just that he needed to apologize for her?
Yeah, well, so
I don't think he needed to apologize for this.
No, but there was like backlash. So what happened was there were 4 tornadoes that touched down in like a county, like a region, and they hadn't fully touched down yet. And it was during a basketball game. And normally what would happen during a major weather event is that they would shut down that channel completely, like full screen weather event. Like if somebody tunes into that channel, it's like, there are tornadoes, run away, get out of here. But this guy, he was like, all right, we're only going to do quarter screen. We're going to split screen it. And they just put it up in the corner. And like everybody was pissed. A lot of people were complaining about it. And some people called in and left some angry messages for the station. And it's like, what? Like, it was a tornado warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's honestly great. Well, because they were all mad too, because it was like Game 7. Like I can understand the angst and the frustration with it, because it was like a make or break situation. I believe it was like Portland Trailblazers versus the I always like call them the Nuggies, like Denver Nuggets, but it's the Nuggies.
Oh boy.
But I think it was like, what was it, May 12th or something like that. It was like Game 7, and like the thing is too, like Trailblazers literally just beat the Nuggets as well from 100 to 96, and so like that alone, fans being that higher, like just so stressed and everything about dealing with it. And plus, you know, obviously it's tornado season, hurricane season, and everything as well. Like in the further south of America you go, so ideally the stress is there. They're dealing with the actual, you know, environmental stress as well, followed by the stress of their sports and watching as well. And, you know, sports advocates can get a little out of hand when it comes down to things like that. And so was it in Virginia, I believe, he had to plaster his face on TV and saying like, hey, listen.
Oh yeah. He said, tornado. We're not going to issue an apology. He unapologized.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like I honestly don't believe he needed, or the station needed to, a set of apology, especially for a sporting event. Ideally, they do blackouts all the time as well. So, like, do you hear major companies apologizing for that as well?
No.
That's kind of what it comes down to. It's you know, it got to the point where people call in, voice their frustrations, but guarantee that happens to numerous companies that you can assume like any type of ISPs or anything like that, or any type of fast food chains or industries or anything like that.
Like the Amber Alerts they send out for the missing children.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
Just like that was just relatively rolled out in Canada as well, hasn't it? Like within the last year, it went full course.
They started using it a lot more now.
Yeah, it's and like I don't know, like could it be a little bit more built directly better? Sure, why not? Like definitely, because like I get these alarms, and it's like full force. Like it just feels like a bomb alarm or something going off, just the way that it rings, especially like on an ISO device or an iPhone, where it's just like this like scream when it's going off. And it's just like, oh, hey, by the way, there's a missing kid.
Yeah.
So people can actually turn this off.
Seriously,
like,
can
and
you?
they don't,
Can you?
like, I don't get them. And when people tell me, like, the next day on the news, well, someone called in and complained about and I was like, what Amber Alert? And I go, and it's all turned off. And all my friends would get them, and I'm like, I just have Apple announcements turned off, and I don't get it.
Is it actually Apple announcements, or is it just like a notification on the phone itself?
No, it's actually like in the Apple settings when at the top there, it's like Apple announcements, news. Do you want to get notifications from Apple? Like all those settings.
Well, I love the actual like simplicity of like the news articles and everything that they always throw, because it's always like something moderate within your area, depending on where it's pinging off.
It doesn't make a noise either. I think like, does it have to make a noise? Like you can just have your phone on vibrate and like it'll vibrate.
I think
I think that thing.
Well, because like
because I've never heard it
at the middle of the night, because like it usually goes off. Let's say like 4 o'clock or something like that, like 4 a.m. And I was just doing my own thing, basically. I was like sleeping or whatever, and I have all my alarms and everything set for work. So if I'm going up, for class, for a lecture or work or anything else of such nature, that alarm just kind of blares and kind of comes from nowhere, and I'm just like instantly just shit all over my back. And like it's just, I don't know, like it's just like you got anxiety from it. Like I'm just like waking up having these weird heart palpitations. The amount of like caffeine energy drinks I drink probably not all helping that as well. But like it's just like shit.
And like I get it, if like in that point I would be upset too if it woke me up like that. But people calling in and complaining about it is like really ridiculous.
Yeah, and they weren't just like complaints, they were like mad.
Yeah, like screaming at the operator. I felt like I was at work for a minute when I was listening to these calls, and I was like, what the hell? But it's just ridiculous. People need to actually look at their life, because if I got woken up and looked at my phone and seen a 4-year-old was missing, I'd be like, oh man, like I'm sorry, like I'm not even in that area.
I don't think it makes noises though. Like I've never heard it make a noise. No, I've never had my phone off vibrate, so it just doesn't make a noise for me.
The way that it sounds like a tornado warning. Like if there's like a tornado in your city, or it's just that ring, that buzzing noise. Yeah, it's legitimately that, and like it. Just,
like the purge, the purge goes off, like the sirens. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't mind either of these things. Like if it shows up on the TV, then it's like whatever. Yeah. But yeah, if it's on the, people get so mad about
if it's on the TV itself, I think it's just like the way they kind of done it, but they kind of went halfway with them. Like normally we're supposed to be the entirety of your screen, but it was kind of just like PIP back in the day, picture in picture for those people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was important. Like I'm sure that the people, the people whose lives were saved are also pissed off.
Like, 'cause I don't know, like I can't really defend that. Like sure, it's your sporting event and everything too, but man, like I don't know, it wouldn't bother me really, because I grew up playing on PIP anyways. Like,
who even watches TV now?
Weren't they doing them a favor by doing the half the screen?
That's what they came down to saying, is like, listen, normally we don't do this for any type of circumstances. We get it that it's a very angsty time for everybody right now, but we'll try this out, see if it works, because next time they're just gonna probably say, you know what, screw it.
Plus it's the meteorologist, that guy, it's his choice, right? Yeah. So next time he's gonna be like, Game 7 next year.
I should have got like Craig Robertson to do it, because did you know he's a meteorologist?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he actually went to school and everything for it.
Wow. There's a lot of people who've like made mega like educations, and then they're like not anything to do with that. And
they just kind of took a complete left turn.
I thought that guy was an idiot.
No, it's like I don't know. Have you ever watched the show The Office or anything like that? Yeah. What's his name? Daryl. Yeah, that's Craig. Okay. He's actually a real life meteorologist. Oh. And like he got the whole.
Oh, didn't they make a joke about that in The Office too one time? Like I'm pretty sure he said something about. He's like, when I grow up, I just wanted to be a meteorologist, and now I'm working here. Yeah, that's
funny. But so I don't know. Is it just Sure, why not? I'll give them that, but do you think they're actually going to do it again with the whole segment itself?
Well,
like
I don't think
something like that.
I don't think they have a choice. Like they don't choose the tornadoes. The tornadoes choose them.
Next time, I would just cut off the whole sports thing and just show the tornado warning because I was like,
I'd wait until there was like a point about to be scored or something, like last 30 seconds of the game, and just cut it off.
Okay.
Well, even if it was like an OT or anything, it didn't really get that far. Like there were just 4 points off too. Like I don't know. Like I said, I can get the stress point of it, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Like move on. Your team lost.
Speaking of moving on,
let's go.
Did you guys hear about the new Star Trek TV show?
Oh, lordy, have I ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big Star Trek fan originally, but then all the new movies that have come out in the last 10 years, they're so good. Hey, and also the cartoon.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that really got me into Star Trek. Yeah. That was like, I was like, oh, wow. Because everything that I've seen of Star Trek lately, including the 1970s cartoon. Yeah. I've just been like, wow, Star Trek is super interesting. Yeah. Reason that I thought this was interesting though was because Patrick Stewart is reprising his role as Picard.
That's Sir Patrick Stewart. Yeah. Thank you.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I just thought it was interesting. Okay. He's old as hell. But he even looks more wrinkly in these pictures. And I'm just damn, how is he gonna hold up for another 3 years?
He's 78. Give the man a break.
Yeah. Well, that's good. He's a great guy. I love him.
When's his birthday? July 12th, 13th, something like that. I don't know.
Shit.
Is he relevant? Yeah. I don't know. But no, yeah, because just take a consideration of his last role that he was actually in. Do you guys remember the Wolverine movie, Logan?
Oh yeah.
Where he's supposed to take.
Yeah, see, he did fine in there.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just saying the character itself, because even when he talks and vocalizes, he has no more voice at all. It's just a strain. He's just completely hoarse. It's just
I wonder what he's gonna do here. Because he's still the captain, right?
Is he though?
Yeah, no, he's the captain.
He technically is a captain.
He's the lead on the show.
But he retired, so that's where I think the whole show.
I think they're going to give it back to him though.
I don't know.
That happened so many times.
Because that's what a lot of people are talking about. Because there was already a couple of bit of leaks and pictures and everything too, leading up to the story, talking about when is this supposed to take place? Because ideally it's supposed to take place after the movies. I think it was Nemesis, I believe they said. And it was 20 years after Nemesis, and he did step down from that role.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know any of that backstory or anything. Yeah. I just genuinely like the stories, and to me they stand alone, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm going to watch it.
Well, because the Nemesis itself was...
I wonder how much they're paying them, though.
Relatively...
Because Space is not a big network.
Space. Is it not Space? Because I thought they said... No, they said... What network picked it up? I know Amazon picked it up to actually stream it because they were trying to go for Netflix, but Netflix actually turned it down. They said they kind of didn't want.
Oh, it's CBS.
And it was CBS. Yes.
But CBS owns the Space Channel or whatever, right? It's a specialty channel, but yeah.
But I guess
I guess CBS. If you think about that way, where the money's coming from, then.
Because so, anyways, with that being said, this is the part that really caught me at peril. If Netflix got a hold of the script prior to. And seeing the content that they're trying to deliver, but Netflix was no, we'll pass on that. They wouldn't grab it at all for their streaming services, and it's Netflix is quite the conglomerate of give me anything, I'll take it.
A little bit. I think they're kind of starting to pull around.
You think so? Well, they got a little bit more money to kind of throw around and say yes and no to big corporations.
They did some good stuff. They've had hits and misses though. But I think what's good about it is even if they're not making shows that the masses they're giving them a chance, right? Well, it's Stranger Things, great show. And
you got to keep in mind, I think they're maybe going towards a direction towards Netflix originals now versus making it
its own network and everything.
Yeah, trying to make its own.
There's some really cool shows I found on there that they've basically just turned into Netflix originals.
There's so many things that's actually happening with that, and the whole I don't even know if you saw the Academy Awards or anything. If people still watch the Academy Awards, they're talking about making a specific Netflix streaming type site or award for them specifically for streaming.
Yeah, the streaming awards, I guess.
Well, no, it's
Netflix.
Yeah.
They already have the streamies.
Well, it's not for Netflix. I think YouTube is the streamies or whatever. That's more a YouTube base, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where this is the actual Academy Awards. This is best picture, best actor and stuff like that. Yeah. And so they're going to open up a own separate category just for Netflix, basically.
Okay.
So that's kind of another offset of...
Well, you got HBO too, right?
Yeah.
My God, Ghost is going to start the Rube Goldberg here of knocking everything over. Shit.
200.
Oh my God.
How much does that weigh?
The dog?
Yeah, how much does your dog weigh now?
Like 80 pounds, 75 pounds.
No,
Oh my God, my dog weighs 3 pounds.
It's like pure muscle.
Your dog is not a dog. Ghost?
My dog is...
Yeah, like Ghost is just like a big boy. Like
Ghost is a fluffer.
Dude, no, that's not all fluff. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Oh, no, he's not like a big muscly dog.
I don't know. He feels muscly. It's like
What were you feeling?
Oh.
hopefully his muscle.
Steve gets over and just starts feeling my dog up. All right. Well,
I mean, that can lead us into our next
It goes
thing.
into the.
what's our next
goes
topic?
The cooling device for balls.
Is that the next one? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Since we're talking.
yeah. Let's talk about ball. Like, okay, so
Balls.
basically just to kind of hop right into it, there is a device that is for cooling your testicles to increase male fertility.
Excuse me,
And
sir. It's a cooling apparatus.
it's an apparatus for your
Thank you very
testicles. You know what, though? My thoughts on this are absolutely yes. I don't care about fertility, though. Like, I could be as infertile as fuck. I just want my balls to be cold.
Well, it's like putting your balls in like are your sperm in like cryogenics? Is that what it's kind of like hinting towards?
No, I don't want them to be that cold. But on a hot summer day, I want
because they're talking about like increase of fertility. Like, are they like harvesting is going to get to the part of being so cold where it's just like, hey, we're become immobile.
The reason why men become infertile or like it's like more likely to happen is because it's so warm, right? And like you're heating up these things, your DNAs are getting mixed around and jumbled up, and
your DNAs.
I think this might actually work because have you ever seen the How I Met Your Mother episode where Marshall and Lily they're trying to have a baby and he's going in there and doing his lemon and lime thing and dunks his balls into an ice bucket, and that's one of their things.
Man, you know what? Like, if I ever had if there was some way to like easily release the boys and then put them away after, like if I could just go to McDonald's or a cup of ice water,
okay,
just dunk them.
As far as it goes, though.
Thank you. That was refreshing.
Besides all of that as well, like, did you actually see like how it looks? Like, it's like,
oh yeah, dude, it looks fantastic.
This looks like
uncomfortable.
They kind of refer to that of like a jock strap basically for athletes.
Yeah,
but
it looks like a nose plug,
like
but it wraps around your balls.
When you snap a Kinder Egg closed.
That's the part where you're supposed to be afraid of. What if it snaps closed? Like, it's gonna clip something. Like, it's
guys, but what if it really cooled your balls?
Okay, so you have to take a little bit of a plateau then. What are you willing to sacrifice to have your testicles at a certain degree of coolness?
Like, what? See, that's the thing there is, does it specify
it doesn't specify,
the temperature
but just,
is?
That's one thing it actually left out. Like, what is the susceptible level?
Because
first of all, it has been
I'm looking
tested,
for like
has been approved.
Good 10 degrees.
It's an idea of what they want to make. There's no pricing. There's anything for it as of yet.
Is it like Freon? Do they use like
Jesus.
coolants? Like,
is this a fridge?
Just find on eBay. I mean, we could look it up.
How long do the batteries last?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it doesn't say that it actually has battery power. Maybe it's just like the material they use it where it's like clothing.
Because they have those cooling pillows, right?
Yeah.
Where like one side is supposed to stay cool and
cool side of the pillow.
Yeah, but like it stays cold, right? So you just like constantly have a cold side. It like draws heat away from it.
Wait, I was gonna say it may be made out of that type of specific type of material where it's just like allows vapors to go in and out. So it uses your own. I don't want to say it, but secretions to cool itself down. Yeah, so it's kind of like a very, I don't know. It's just what do you find? What'd you find?
Okay, so I'm reading the article about it, and it's like this unique testicle cooling device can actually sync up to a smartphone to give data about everything your balls are doing.
Yes.
Oh, a
smartphone
jockstrap.
It's also Bluetooth. Yeah, I forgot to actually add that part.
Bluetooth balls.
Oh,
Bluetooth.
Wow, you know what? Okay, so totally different opinion now because everything I've read about balls and fertility says that you should probably keep your cell phone away from that kind of radiation.
So
boy,
you could have your whole apparatus of apps all set up to it. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna have like.
Oh my god!
Can I connect my Fitbit?
You can have your. That's what it's gonna do a step counter.
Someone's gonna find a way to like put it all in one, like an application itself, where you have your heartbeat, your glucose rates, your.
Does it measure sperm count?
Like your fertility of coolness of testicles.
Yeah, it's like going to give you the best time. It's like
that's exactly it. It's kind of like a ovulation calendar or whatnot.
Yeah, for like
ejaculation calendar.
Or okay,
this afternoon
might be
sounds
a little
good.
Too much, but like when like if you're wearing this during sex and it's like it's going to tell you when you're about to come, so you can stop and keep going.
Be the most ball slapping fun that you ever had. Exactly. Man, imagine that, eh? Like they're already like flapping around everywhere, and then you got this thing on there add like 5 pounds. What is like a seatbelt? Like,
so it's just like
just holds things in place.
Weights now.
Yeah, it's just like hold my balls back.
But I don't know, like the design of it, it's very
just imagine, it's
concerning.
Gonna weigh your balls down, right? So like you're gonna be like 85 years old, and like
it's supposed to like bend around your waist and everything too, because all it's supposed to do is just gonna be like heavy plastic,
it's like
just
a bra?
kind of holding it. It's kind of like a bra, but it allows more breathing, I suppose.
I don't know. I was sold until I heard about Bluetooth.
Yeah, it has Bluetooth.
It's gonna my nuts are gonna start like replying to text messages and stuff. And, like,
LOL.
It's gonna give you a G-string line because it's got like the lines.
Oh yeah, can you wear it to the beach?
Cheeks.
That's all you can wear to the beach.
Puts a whole new meaning to
just the snow speedo.
Puts a whole new meaning to D's nuts.
Jesus.
We gotta.
They come in different colors. Like the ones that we're seeing here are blue. But
so far, I think this is just the. I don't even know. It's just like the temporary one they have for display or a prototype or something.
Temporary one for display. The display model. You can try this one on.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's like specific for balls, right?
Yeah.
The shape is specific, but they could just kind of like flatten it out and make just make it for all shapes and sizes. Because like it's not just balls, right? Like everything down there needs to be cooled.
Well, yeah, obviously it's not just.
They should make one for heads. Like they should make like a hat that you can just cool your head. Right? You wear it while you're driving, so you know.
How is that even problematic? Who has a problem with like
maintaining?
But
did you ever see that?
To your head?
Did you ever see that?
Are you trying to tell us something, Shane? Like, what's going on?
No, did you ever see that?
Wait. What head are we talking about?
Oh no. Yeah, your head, where your brain is.
Okay, head brain.
Yeah, the one on your shoulders.
Yes.
Wow, you guys thought I was talking about. Yeah.
That whole time.
We need to cool the shaft. That's the problem. My shaft is warm.
Nice.
But honestly, would this be something that you would ever buy in, let's say, retrospect real life? Like, or is this just like a cool gimmick, like a gag gift that you would just like give it to your friends?
I would
it's
give
not a
this
gag,
to Corliss for Secret Santa work.
Oh yeah.
Name dropping.
Wow, yeah.
Sorry.
He refuses to be on the show.
Just for this reason.
Yeah. Well, whatever. He's not going to listen to this either. So talk all the shit that you want.
But as far as it goes, though, like there's no pricing or anything like that. But if it has like Bluetooth embedded in, built in, you could probably assume being $80+ maybe.
Bluetooth.
I think it's a piece of garbage that would sit on your your dresser.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like if it worked, like if it really cooled your balls, like it was 35 degrees out at some point today.
Do you really want a piece of plastic on your balls? I would just like.
I see. You're asking all the wrong questions. The real question is here: do you want your balls to be cooled? And the answer is yes. Right? If it can deliver on its promise, then I'm all for it.
Such simple results.
Yeah.
So I clicked on the buy now link, and it brought me to a leather ball stretcher with a D ring. For testicles, and I really regret. I need to clear my search history.
She's like, add to cart.
No, she dove into that rabbit hole. I just don't understand how it's for fertility, right? Because all of these claims, you can make a claim about anything.
That's what I was
right?
trying to tell you. Like from How I Met Your Mother, with the how he dunked his balls in the ice. They were trying for a boy.
Yeah.
Like that was their remedy for a boy.
Weird.
No, because people have their own little like homemade remedies kits of like.
Oh yeah, I've heard about all sorts of them over the.
Yeah, like how you can implant a boy or how you can implant a female.
Yeah, if it's really cold, it's a boy. If it's really hot, it's a girl. Because she was trying to like.
That's so strange. Yeah, none of those things are actual.
That's not how science works.
Yeah.
It's How I Met Your Mother. I follow
it's whoever swims fastest.
But
hey,
we're all Olympians here.
How far ahead do you think Michael Phelps was at the time of conception? Probably like the first one. Like he's like there. 10 minutes later, everybody else shows up.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there wiping his brow. He's just like, where were you guys?
Yeah, no.
But, well, speaking of good things to come, what about the incident that happened in Ohio with the middle school teachers and the staff and the kids? Apparently it was crepe day.
Crepe day?
Crepe day.
Oh, my God.
I guess it's like kind of like American thing, crepe, but that's like a French thing.
Really?
But, yeah, they have like these like specific, not holidays, but like these specific type of...
There's a day for everything. If you look it up right now,
pizza day, taco day. It's
what event is it?
Oh, it's not like a national day. It's just for schools.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he was looking up crepe day, national crepe day.
I love crepe.
And just seeing what hits. But so basically these younger.
Man, I want to make crepes now.
These younger students decided to kind of make the entirety of like the staffing, so teachers, colleagues, everybody who's affiliated with the actual school, free crepes. So of course, free is free. Nothing's better than that. But there's a little bit of twist. They decide to add a little bit of more ingredients than what was called for.
A little bit of love?
I guess so. You can put it that little hand love. They decide to end up supposedly mixing urine and semen into the batter.
Okay, so question about that. Was this like more than one person?
It was, it was the entirety of the class who was actually participating into it. Really? So I would assume probably like maybe 20-something kids. But I don't know if it was all of them. I don't know where they would have got it. I don't know.
If someone fed me urine and semen, I'd go back to jail. That would be a physical fight.
That's exactly what's happening here. Just that's because insane. It's all not tested. All the samples have been taken away. Like, I don't know how long ago.
How did you come to an agreement? It was like, imagine we were all sitting around a table, like me and like you, 20 other guys, and we're like, hey, do you guys all want to come in some crepe batter?
But like, but that's just it. Like, was it just like these kids doing it on the side? Because sure, it's gonna probably be like 3 of the guys miscellaneous, like, hey, let's do this and not tell anybody.
They all came to the conclusion that they should do that on their own. They did it separately at different times, and nobody knew that.
Well, and then they kind of just like slipped it in or anything like that in the batter.
Well, they slipped it in. American pie, American crepes.
But yeah, so even with that being said, like, it's still being under thoroughly investigation. They took the samples and everything to what they had available. That's nuts. But dude, that's so nasty. Can you imagine just like sitting there and just like mowing down?
That's why I don't eat things that kids eat. Like,
just a little bit more saltier than anticipated.
Yeah, well, they're savory crepes.
Someone wouldn't be breathing at the end of that day. I swear. I don't know how those kids.
I'd be pretty pissed waking up pregnant.
Oh my god.
That's how that works,
Steve,
right?
The only
when
woman
Steve doesn't know how conception works.
The only woman who would fuck themselves with a crepe, Stevie.
But with that even being said, man, it's too much. But so they're not yet pressing charges on anyone as of yet, just because they don't have enough sufficient evidence to kind of prove.
They have
otherwise.
DNA evidence,
but
no, man, those crepes were scrumptious. They ate them all.
Even then,
there's nothing left over.
Sure, just that little crunch to it. But with that being said, they can't just go around asking for DNA from the kids of like, give me blood. I need to test your blood. Because like,
in this circumstance, I would.
They potentially could get a warrant to do so, just because, let's say if one of these kids had some sort, because like kids these days, like they're having sex at like age 11 now. Right. I'm like, come on. So they may have to actually go and do testing on each and every one of them. And when they actually got the samples, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we're testing see if this matches your DNA as well. If they can actually get a sample of a live, urine or the urine protein itself, or the semen DNA itself, like that, because that's a way for them to build their archive and actually build a case of these guys were involved. Unless someone just goes out straight like, oh, my friend did this, he did this. But also, too, it goes down to another retrospect of what if it was just all a prank and they just said that and just one teacher blew it out of proportion, because there's always one. But then again, I'd probably be that one to like,
that's gross.
If you just said you put your bodily fluids into my food that I'm consuming, like, you're going to get hurt. Like, I don't care. Oh. I'm going to body slam you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gross. Kids these days are wild.
They're reckless. Like, once again, brings up the main article. Where the hell are these kids' parents?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Well,
like, who thought that would be a good idea? Like, a student or a teacher? Like, I just want to know who let these kids have access.
But like, it was supposed to be kind of like, because like even like growing up myself, like, we don't have middle school. We have like, because middle school for them is kind of like, was it like sophomore?
It's like grades like 6, 7, and 8.
Is that what middle school is? Yeah. Because it's all blended in with us. Mm-hmm. And we had like big days like this where we'd go to the cafeteria, but like, oh, it's hot dog day. We're gonna help the actual chefs and cooks and whatnot distribute this to the entirety of the school. So we'd like,
but they, when I was a kid and that happened, they hawked over us.
Yeah.
And they made sure that nobody came in any of the food.
Literally.
Like, did they just bring like a little container with their cup and just like poured it in?
That's exactly it. Like,
oh wow, and it's not even like fresh.
Yeah, it's just an external source.
I love my.
Brought it in.
If you're gonna put that into the crepes, it better be fucking fresh.
But
put some like moldy ass cum in some.
But speaking of, if you're looking for fresh ingredients, there's actually a semen cookbook if you are interested.
I'm very interested.
Yeah, no.
There's
you don't even need any other ingredients.
There's a wide variety.
Add salt to this keto diet.
There's a wide variety of 152 fit recipes.
How many of them have you tried?
17. Most of them were just a raw source.
Steve was making a milkshake and he's like, oh, I don't got any eggs.
This will do.
That'll do.
Oh my god.
Oh away.
But yeah, so they're still holding off on the whole prosecution and everything too, just because they're trying to catch like the suffice evidence of which.
Plot twist, it's the gym teacher.
Oh, gross.
So, but I don't know. They're still trying to get to it, so I don't know. Thoughts, rebuttals. What would you say?
I don't have any rebuttals there.
I mean, all I can say
stop
is,
letting kids do this shit.
Yeah.
Take their guns away. Take their cum away. Just like sterilize them all until they turn 18 and they have to pass a test. And just kidding.
Here's your testicles back.
Yeah, the testicle.
I mean, if these kids actually did this to me, there would be kids in the hospital. I'd feel bad after, but it's like you don't do that to somebody.
But it's just, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, at the end of the day,
no. I like it when the kids don't cook my food. It's kind of funny. It's starting to get warm out here. Obviously, it's very hot today, and we're starting to see kids around with like lemonade stands and little food stands and stuff. I walked by these little like 3 little girls the other day, and they had a rock stand. They were selling rocks that they found, and they were like harassing people violently to like buy their rocks,
chuck it at them.
Yeah, no, and then if you buy rocks, they give you a rock for free. But yeah, like I saw these kids at the corner, and it's like kind of a sketchy corner to be selling lemonade at anyways, and they had a bunch of like probably. Like they were like dirty ass looking Solo cups.
Jesus. And
they had like a pitcher of lemonade, like standard pitcher, like the exact pitcher that you're imagining right now, right?
Yeah.
Lemonade, 30 degrees out. There's no fucking ice in it. You're gonna give me some hot ass lemonade that I have no idea where the source is from, like not FDA regulated or anything like that. And
it's selfish.
And it's just like on a sketchy corner. And like, how much is it, right? Like these kids are gonna charge me like $1.50 plus tax. I was like, what?
Tax.
Yeah. With no ice. Right? And then they come out with like an ice cube tray. I don't know. And like, there's no parents to be found here. And they're just like dealing, monetary transactions with strangers. They got rocks in the back in case the lemonade sells out. And they start throwing rocks at people.
Looking at you. You want ice? That's going to be an extra $1, please.
Yeah, that's crazy. They, and it's fine and everything or whatever, right? And if I was walking by, like, I would never buy anything. I don't even carry cash on me or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Not that they'd have change if I did. I wouldn't be carrying change around. I just don't carry change.
It's just going to be tip. But you look closer at the bottom of the banner. It says
like 50 cents. I hand over a 10. They're like, we don't have any change. And it's like, well, shit, give me my 10 back. Never mind.
the bottom of the banner you just have associated by EA.
Oh, yeah. It's like microtransactions in real life.
Jesus.
In order to pass, you need to buy some lemonade. And then, who knows? Like, have you ever bought something from like kids at a lemonade stand or anything like that? Have you ever done that?
Bought anything from kids?
That's like a dying thing. I wouldn't do it. I would. And like, how far do I have to get away before I can just like toss it out or anything? Anyways, because like I'm not gonna.
I don't know. Like it's just like a weird, sketchy transition because like it's like those kids, those little Girl Scout, like they're selling the cookies and
the
like,
cookies
they're
are different.
Like,
they come in a
chocolate bars and
sealed
stuff
package.
Like that. But no, even still, like it's just a weird transition. It's like I'm gonna purchase something from like a little child, and like he's sitting there with like no supervision. I'm just like, man, like that's just sketchy as it is.
Like, did you wash your hands before you squeezed the lemons?
No, they probably like
it's probably
with their fingers after
this?
picking their nose, and that's why it's like I'll never get it.
Yeah. It's just Tang mix with cum in it.
They're giggling in the background where you're just like sipping on it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, give me another one.
Yeah. Do you got any whiskey? Anyways, well.
From coat. It'll cost you.
Oh, man. Yeah, so lesson learned. Do not eat anything that was processed by a kid.
Don't eat crepes from middle school children, and don't buy lemonade off the side of the roads.
Just stay away from them. Just
stay away from children. Leave them at home when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, it's nice talking to you folks.
Yeah, likewise. It's always a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
It was very fun. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
It was a great experience.
Yeah, so closing up here, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to another episode of Hotline Hangout. Again, my name is Shane, and it's been a pleasure.
And I'm Steven. Thank you so much for stopping by.
And this is Taya, and it's lit.
We especially said that.
And it's a wrap.
Cool. It's lit.
That was for me later.
She's like, that's for Malcolm.
We're going to start a new podcast. It's Lit with Taya. And basically, Taya just sits in front of a fireplace and smokes a blunt.
It would be very entertaining. Let me tell you, me with a blunt with some stories, it would go down.
When I was a child, my mother brought me to the Costco. And I raised hell.
That was you.
We got all the free samples.
You know what the Costco today reminded me of? It reminded me of that last episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh, God.
No, another.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no.